Hi everybody, welcome back. We're starting this video right where we left off the last one. So last time we talked about kind of looking at the stave of what it is, seeing how it's kind of like a letter where notes sit somewhere on the letter, and exactly how they're written tells us about the note, what note it is, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And what I said is the most important thing is not necessarily for you to just know the name of the note, but to know the relationship between notes. So this is going to be basically the most important video for you. It will help you so much in singing. And this is called learning about intervals. And quite literally what an interval is like the distance between two notes. So you can see here, oops, it's not working. There's a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth, or unison. So if a note is 1, 2 apart, that's an interval of 2. And basically knowing what these sound like and how to jump from one to the other is the most important thing we can learn for singing. So, if we just zoom in a bit, if we remember the ladder, we don't just go from rung to rung on this ladder, we have to step. So we go line, space, line, space. I'll start from here. Line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space. So moving up, you don't just go line, 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 line. You go line, space, line, space, line, space to move up. And when we count intervals, the very first one counts as a number. So here this is 1 and this is 2. For example, if we look at our fifth here, why is it called a fifth? Well, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is the distance between them. It's a fifth interval. And the seventh is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 between them, so it's a major seventh interval. So basically what this says, I'm using my little piano app on my phone for this. If our start note is C, a major second is the one directly above. That sounds like going one up. That's a major second sounds like. Whereas a major third is that was a major fourth and fifth. So I also want to kind of say that it doesn't matter which note you start on, the intervals or the distance remains the same. So these are all starting on C, but that doesn't matter because even if we start on a different one, we're going to learn how to sing an interval and how to identify an interval. So we would have done this in rehearsal where we did the warm-up 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, and you keep going. That is hopefully going to be really coming in handy now because we're learning intervals and it helps to number them. So for example, I wrote this as stepping because we're going line, space, we're just going up by 1 continually. So if this is number 1, it helps us to just count 1, let's get a C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stepping is a really important thing. Some people, you might think, okay, that's pretty basic, but it's important. Even in singing, you might not be sure. How do I get from this one note to the next note? Well, you just remember, oh, it's a step. So if this is 1, 1, 2, 3, and it also helps coming down. So for example, if you're on this note and you need to come down 2, you can think this is 3. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's my next note. So the counting is super important skill in knowing how to kind of navigate from note to note. Another one is skipping. So you can see this goes from line to line to line and it skips the spaces. Or it can be from space to space to space and skips the lines. That's called skipping and it sounds like, so instead of going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we say 1, 3, 5, and we skip a note. So that's another interval that we'll probably use. And this is a major third. This is a third interval, but it can also be called skipping. Or for example, if we're here and we need to skip down, it's helpful just to know what these kind of sound like in your head. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 3, 1. So when you're presented with this in your notes, in the music, oh, I know that's a skip, or I know that's a step, and I know what that sounds like, and use the numbering system in your head. It will help you so much. So a helpful way to remember intervals is through common songs that we all know. And this is quite literally off Wikipedia. We're not going to look at every single thing that's written on here. But let's have a look. So unison, pretty straightforward. It's the exact same note. So if it's the second note I'm going to play is still because it's the same note. If we look at a minor second, it's not on here. My conductor talks about this as the Jaws theme. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. And it helps you know how to go up or down if we have to do a semitone. And sometimes you do have to, and it helps. Now, what about a major second? Basically, Wikipedia gives a list of songs here, which they think that will help you. So a pretty easy one is Happy Birthday. Happy birthday, that's a major second, 1, 2, 1. Happy birthday, they have Frere Jacques, Silent Night. Obviously, all those kind of things are there. I'm going to skip minor third, but it's basically, you can use green sleeves. Okay. Major third, so there's 3. Remember how do we know? Because that's 1, that's 2 in the space, and that's 3, so that's a third apart. And the one that I always use is Kumbaya. Kumbaya, kumbaya. That is the third there. Or they say, oh, when the saints, oh, when. Yeah, so that's hopefully straightforward. Oh, where did the other ones go? They all got moved down. That's okay. Then we have a perfect fourth, or just a fourth. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The one I use is the Australian National Anthem. Australians, oh let us Australia. That is a fourth interval. Oops. Australia. Another one they recommend is Amazing Grace. Or they suggest. So Amazing Grace, I know this is a fourth, so if you ever see this, which you will see it often, you know, oh, I know what a fourth sounds like. If you're having trouble, I know it sounds like the beginning of Amazing Grace or the beginning of the Australian National Anthem. Now the trick is, these are all starting from the same note. It can get trickier if I give you another random note. What if I give you this note? How do you find a fourth? Because I just sang Amazing Grace in my head. Amazing Grace. That's a bit high. And that helped me find a perfect fourth. Good job, guys. I hope you did get it. I didn't hear you, but I hope so. Perfect fifth. My pictures got moved, so I'm just going to see if I can put them back. Oh no, that was in the right spot. Oh, sorry, they were in the right spot. I just missed one. Doesn't matter. A perfect fifth. So that's just going to be 5 apart. Unfortunately, I didn't draw it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would be sitting there. And Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is a pretty big giveaway. That's a perfect fifth. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Or another one that might be memorable is Wise Men Say. That helps us hear what a fifth is like, and you will hear these pretty often. We have minor sixth. I'm not too fast. We have major sixth. This sounds like the one that they give us is Jingle Bells in the dashing through the snow part. Dashing through the snow. What they say? For he's a jolly good fellow. Another one, we sing the song I Will Follow Thee. I will follow thee, my Saviour. That's an example of a sixth interval that you need to know. So that's what a sixth will sound like. Let's look at a seventh. A seventh is basically almost a perfect octave. So an octave we know is one note, the same note, just the next higher, like the next higher octave. So I hope you guys can kind of hear that that is the same note. I'm playing two C notes at the moment, but they're in a different octave. A seventh is just shy of an octave. This is what it sounds like. And it's like, oh, you just want to fix it and make the octave. So if you need to find a seventh, sometimes you can go the full octave and take one down. That's normally how I'll do it because I don't know any of those songs that they have listed there. And a perfect octave, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Somewhere over the rainbow. And that's just the same note, an octave up. Or you can also find a seventh by going one down and then an octave higher. Okay, so that was a lot. But if you kind of make a little list of these, or if you just remind yourself of them from time to time, I kind of learned them and then I didn't forget them because I used it so often. But this will help you very much. So let's revise. Unison is just the same note. A major second is happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. A minor second is the Jaws theme. A major third is Kumbaya. Kumbaya, Kumbaya. Perfect fourth is Amazing Grace or the Australian National Anthem. Australians, amazing grace. Okay, perfect fifth, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Twinkle, twinkle. Okay, a major sixth is Dashing Through the Snow. Dashing. Major seventh, I don't really have a song for it. That's the one right before, and then an octave. Okay. So if we have a practice round of this, let's just look at one set at a time. I'm kind of going to separate them like this. This is the first one we'll look at. So, but what you do is I'm going to give you obviously, let's count it out first. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. That tells us it's a fourth interval. And then what will that sound like? I'll give you the starting note. Have a go. What does a fourth sound like? So it sounds like. You can use the song Amazing Grace, or the very reliable method all the time is just counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 4, that's a fourth. Okay? I'm going to let you guys do the next one on your own. So again, count. Remember, including the first note is the 1. So don't count from there, but you include it as well. So 1, 2, 3, space, line, space. So this is a third, right? If I give you your note, this is how can you find a third? You can give it a go, and hopefully you've tried by now. And please actually do try it. That's the only way you'll learn. If we count 1, 2, 3, I can sing. Oh, when the saints. Okay. Next one. Oh, I keep moving it. I'm sorry. Next one. Please count it out. And then let me know when you've got it. Just say it. This is a fifth. Hopefully you did get that. This is your starting note. And have a go singing it. Count it out if you have to. Or sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. that is a fifth. Perfect. Let's look at the next one now. Count it out. So this is pretty easy. It's just one next to each other. So it's 1 and 2. So you know this is a second. And I'll give you your note. You just have to go from 1 to 2. 1, 2. You can say happy birthday. Happy birthday. Okay. And the last one we're going to try out for today is this one. So count it out, remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a full octave. And I'm going to sing it, that's too high. Somewhere over the rainbow. Or just the same note but an octave higher. Or count to 8. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. So basically, music is just a compilation of these intervals together. And the more you do it, the much easier it will become and you'll just become used to it. Now there's another thing that I also have to say, descending intervals. So the melody doesn't always just climb, climb, climb. It does come back down sometimes. So we have descending intervals. This would be a second descending because this is our first note and we go 1 down. So it's 1, 2. So if this is our note, and like I said, it helps just using the number system. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 8, 8, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 7, 8. And we have to go to 3 though. Oh, sorry, to 2. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But we need to. So it's much higher. But it just helps if you keep, this is our first note, this is like the basis. 3, 2, 1, that always helps me. Okay, so this is a second and that's how it will sound like. Let's look at the next one. This is a descending, will you guys tell me what it is? The descending third. 1, 2, 3. So you can count 3, 2, 1. This is the note. Please try and find a third below that. Oops. Alright, so I hope you've given it a go. 3, 2, 1. That is our note. Descending fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know that's a fourth, so this is the top note. You can just count 4, 3, 2, 1. Oops. And you can check it back if you're not sure, is this actually a fourth? You can go back up. Amen. Or Australians are. Yeah, this sounds like a fourth. Okay. And fifth is going to be the last one. We're not going to do like the whole all the way down. Descending fifth. So this is our top note. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Always works. The old reliable. Again, you can check it back. Yeah, that's a fifth. Now, really commonly, basses use these descending. They will use perfect fourth and a perfect fifth descending. That's a really common bass line right there. Yeah, so basically that's the end of this training. I might just show you from some pieces, like real examples. Let me just see which piece I'm going to show you. Okay, I found a piece, I think. Just to like know how you can apply this. I'm just going to share my screen again. This is a really nice song we're going to be doing. It's actually in Zulu and English, but we're not stressing about the lyrics. We're just trying to find the intervals, right? So, basically you need to count it out. I can't draw on this, I think, because it's a PDF. So count from the bottom. 1, 2. From the first two notes are obviously the same note. And what about the third note where it says hum? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's a sixth. Do we remember what a sixth sounds like? I'll give you this your note. Try it out. Try find the note. Or if anything else fails, just count to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is our interval. Let's just go. Let's say the English words for now so I don't confuse you. We are marching in the light. So let's just stop there. So once we're at the top, marching, I saw that in is just one step down. And then we return. We are marching down back. That's pretty simple. We are marching in the... And what about the next one? What's the interval between the and light? I'll give you a hint, it's a third. 3, 2, 1. In the light. And it's another third. Of. And it's a step. God. 5, 3. Wait, sorry. Yeah. 5, 3, 1. -1. We are marching in the light of God, of God. We'll just leave it there. Let's look at the alto part because you guys will have a different interval. So have a look. The first two notes are still the same. What about the third note? What's the interval between the second and third note? We are march. What's that interval there? Just give it a pause, count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a fourth. So this is the same note again. How do we get a fourth? Literally count to 4. Use Amazing Grace. We are marching in the... So again, step. Ching in the... And you always have a look at relativity, basically, like rather than trying to figure out every note, look for a pattern. Well, I can see that light is the exact same note that we started with. So I'm just going to return to where I started rather than trying to figure out. We are marching in the light of God. Because of is a step up and step back down. We are marching in the light of God. Very nice. Let's look at the tenors. Looks a little bit simple. The same note at the top. Unison. You have the same note for a while, you can tell. And then you have a step down, and then a skip or a third down. On the light is a third. So try and hum it out yourself. But actually do try. Pause it, and when you've hummed, come back. See, we are marching in the light of God. So marching is the same, and then we have a step down, step back up, and then a drop, like a skip. 3, 2, 1, 2, 1. We are marching in the light of God. And finally, let's look at the bass. Now we have our beloved bass line, which literally just has the same interval most of the time. So please count it out. What is your interval from we are to march? Everyone do this, not just the basics. I hope everyone's been doing it for every part. Alright, we know it's a fourth, yeah? We are marching in the light of God. So that's pretty simple. It's those two notes that you're alternating between. We are marching in the light of God. Alright, right, I'm going to stop it here, guys. You guys did hopefully really well. Again, please actually do make an effort to try. That's the only way you learn. I don't need to learn it. I mean, I probably always can learn, but you know, there's no point in me just talking to myself doing it because I already know it. It's for you guys to hopefully gain something from this. So always reach out if you need a bit more help or you're unsure, you have a question. And I will see you in the next video. So now that we've discussed basically the foundations, the next videos are going to be part specific and just applying all of these. So we're looking at a song and we're going to look at how does the rhythm go, how do the notes go, the interval, and we're just putting it all together. Sorry, the next video is also going to be looking at basic elements of the sheet music, choir sheet music, and like why it looks the way that it looks and what to look out for, and then part specific, tying everything together. So thanks for learning, guys. We're almost through it, and I hope this has been helpful, and I will see you next time.